Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kat. This is Kat's Loops and Lore, and today is day 16 of Vlogmas. I had this whole thought driving home that I was going to do a check-in, let you guys know what was on the agenda for the day. I let Marty out, and then all of a sudden I got ready for bed and I slept. Which is good, because it's good for us to be able to recognize when our battery is basically blinking and we need to recharge. So, what's on the agenda today is I want to... I say this every time. I'm going to make an attempt to get VTO for tonight's shift, because I'm hitting this peak burnout, right? I'm recognizing that I am hurting in places where I probably shouldn't be hurting, and as much as I keep kind of like mentally beating myself up that I haven't made time to go to the gym, I have to remember that I'm working overtime. So I have kind of passively accepted that if I do a workout at home, then that's acceptable. But anything super involved, the last thing I want to do is hurt myself or end up going a little too far and not being able to recover from it, right? And this is typical, right? Next week is Christmas, right? Is that where it is on the calendar? Let me double check. I'm pretty sure, yeah, next week is Christmas. So, the final stretch is within reach, right? For some people, they're like, oh god, it's almost Christmas. For me, between all the things that are happening right now in the world and with, like, my mom's health, like, we haven't really celebrated Christmas in 3 years almost, it feels like. I've got so much other stuff going on that I don't know. I make people gifts that I want to make people gifts for, enunciation. But I'm also learning to be more involved with what I want to do with my time, right? I have a PS5 that I don't play. Like, I will take certain days, albeit they are few, to play whatever game I feel like. I haven't felt compelled to boot up my PlayStation in a bit. And I think the last time I did, it was to binge watch Wednesday, because I have my TV hooked up to my PlayStation. So I'm like, I'm doing a lot of stuff from my laptop right now. That was one row. Got it. Working on row 2. Come on. So I'm like, I just... Nah. Right? I'm focused on trying to get my business off the ground. I'm focused on trying to get into the habit of doing YouTube. Because if I can get YouTube... I need my yarn to not stick to me. If I can get YouTube to also help to bring in some money, then that would be a huge weight off my chest, right? Making sure that I am secure before kind of like running amok, kind of. I'm not playing I'm not playing checkers, I'm playing chess. And I'm trying to make sure that everything is kind of lined up and allowing certain things to just do what they're going to do. Astrology-wise, I have a North Node in Pisces, right? So I'm having to learn to just kind of not have this ironclad control over everything. And that is so hard. I was raised to make sure you have XYZ covered. Very detail oriented. And I just... to have the thought that there are some things that I cannot plan for. I'm learning slowly that that's okay. So I realized my entire intro I did not have my mic on. So if the audio sounds a little weird, that's why. But yeah, I have my North Node in Pisces with my Mercury. So, a lot of poetic talk. I like speaking in metaphors, which I also feel makes me a pretty decent tarot reader, because I always want to make sure that I paint the story, right? Gemini moon. So I would always tell people, you don't ever have to worry about there being awkward silence, because I don't know how to shut up half the time. So, what better way than to maybe have a type of like podcast vlog style where we chat and talk. Keeping track of my rows. Making sure that I don't overshoot that kind of 8-inch mark. At 15 rows, it was 4 inches. So, theoretically, the moment I hit my next 15, I should be able to start decreasing with the brim, right? And I always like to knit with a folded brim. That way, especially for a little one, I don't think her head's really going to get any taller, right? That's not exactly how growth works. It's the rest of us that kind of starts to sprout. But I'm hoping that if it needs to be a little bit longer, like for her hair or anything like that, then she can fold a little less of the brim. So, I know I'm wanting to eventually start looking at designing like a logo for tags. I think that would be fun. Because as much as I'm like, I would like to get through all of my yarn, I'm going to be perfectly honest. Yarn is very pretty. So, I don't really foresee me not knitting or crocheting. But, it kind of is what it is. But let's kind of circle back to what the agenda, what do we have on the agenda today, right? We want to make sure that we take my Etsy orders to the post office. I need to pack those. One of them is due tomorrow, the other one is due the day after. So tomorrow's Wednesday. One's due Wednesday, the other's due Thursday. I need to pack up Sammy's Christmas presents, wrap them, box them, and then take it to the post office to ship them out. Even though I do have a scale here, so I have a feeling I could very well, like, weigh the box and then ship it out. I could walk it over to the post office and drop it off. I could. Or push comes to shove, if I really, really need to, I can at least prep everything and then purchase the labels tomorrow. If I am sticking to my guns and taking tomorrow off regardless, just to help focus on recovery, then I could take everything to the post office tomorrow and allow myself a day to sleep in with, like, no rushed agenda. The only thing I have to do is visit Mom at the rehab center. My dad has made a request for us to have sarku for food. Which sarku's pretty good. It's one of those little restaurants in the food court of the mall. And it's not quite hibachi styled, but it's like an open grill style. And they're really famous for doing, like, chicken teriyaki. So I'm gonna have to pick up groceries for them tomorrow. So if I can just have a day where I can unplug, I can rest. At some point, I'm going to want to clean up. I would like to take you-know-who for a WALK, because he's been needing it. And I have a feeling I've been needing it too. I've just been wanting to get so much done for my niece, because, she's my only niece. Soon to be 2, but I don't know the gender of the next one. And I still need to check to see if I need to do my A1C testing or not. So, part of me is kind of bracing for it to go up a little bit, just because I have been a little less active. But I have also been watching my diet a little bit more. So, I'm curious. So I'm going to go ahead. We may get some B-roll just of me knitting. I have Charlotte's video that posted. I also I'm pretty sure I have a Passionate Kelsey vlog to catch up on. And I will check back in once those are done. Alright, so quick check-in. I just measured and we are at 8 inches. Took me about 50 minutes to get there, but we are officially at 30 rows. I'm going to jot down some notes, do my decreases, and probably take a break, because once my decreases are done, it'll be off the needles, and I just have to weave in my ends. Pretty much just this little guy down here, and then whatever I have left at the top. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. So far, I haven't seen anything in terms of our lovely VTO. It is coming up on 1 o'clock, so I'm hopping onto the site now. I may even take a break here, kind of just chill, rest my hand for now, and just take my foot off the gas. Because, like I said earlier, with work and everything just kind of pushing me, kind of like the proverbial quote-unquote balls to the wall, I just want to slow down a little bit. Maybe put on my heated gloves, use some massages, do some stretches, right? Just kind of take it easy. And there goes my yawning again. I'm so close. I am so close. And I have this bad habit of when being this close, I want to just sprint. I want to just get there. But I'm learning to slow down, be patient with myself. I would love to finish project upon project every day, but I've got other things that I also need to do. So, that's my quick little check-in, and I will show it to you when she's done. Alright, so I'm checking in. The hat's done. We got the top all closed up. We got all the ends woven in. Even on the inside, it's all done. So now, I just have to finish up those tassels, which will be a quick breeze. I found a way to measure everything up, and just a little bit longer, and the tassels will be done. So, that's where I'm going to stop it for today. I'm so excited. The hat's done! Yay! So I'm going to set that with the scarf. And this is where we're going to go ahead and cut the video for today. I've got a nice empty pair of needles, so I can pat myself on the back for that and not put anything else on these for the time being. But go ahead and let me know how you like it. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want more. I am here for you every day up until the 26th, where we'll do a recap to see what my takes were from Vlogmas for my first go-around. And, you know, every day I will be here. It is my promise, and I will keep it. Stay hydrated. I'm not allowed to put my water bottle anywhere near where I normally do, apparently, when I'm recording. It's my second bottle, leading up to 64 ounces. Water check. Hydration check. Hydrate or dihydrate, right? Consider subscribing if you wish to be part of this little ADHD crazy train, where we just try to figure life out while We do YouTube on the side and try to work on our small business, right? Because when you work for someone, you want to try and live your part of the American dream, right? So I'm still waiting for this potential VTO to drop. But I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. I love you. Make safe choices. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday. And I will see you tomorrow for day 17. Alright? Take care. Bye.